is my Hyundai. And you see what the caption said. Ask him this. Listen. Let me give y'all some advice. If you're married, man or woman, go to your spouse and ask them, baby, what can I do for you? First of all, you're going to catch them by surprise because they ain't accustomed to people asking them, not people, you asking them, what can you do for them? Second of all, you're going to blow their mind. Third of all, you're going to be their favorite person for the day. Just go to them and ask them, baby, what is it that I can do for you? And see what the response is going to be. Ask them, what is it that you need for me when we're in the bedroom? What can I do to enhance what we got going on? What do you need from me? And see what the response is going to be. When we go on a job, we ask all kind of questions. But when you get so familiar with people, you think that the person needs what they needed 20 years ago, right? But people change. Seasons change. Times change. People change. Your spouse is changing right in front of you. And sometimes we be so busy with the cares of the world, being this, doing that, that we forget that they change too. So things that used to satisfy their appetite, food, sexually, conversation-wise, it has changed over time. So to get us back on course, so ain't nobody got no excuses about nothing. I need to know today, what is it that you need from me? What can I do more of? What do you need me to do less of? Less of to enhance your experience with me. Do you like this? Do you like my hair like this? Like, ask your spouse these types of questions because it's going to help you in the long run. Do you like it when I cook this? What's your favorite thing to eat? Has anything changed on the weekend? Where your favorite place to go? Ask your spouse questions about themselves. And see what your response is going to be. You will be amazed that things have changed. It appears that they like the same thing, but they've grown. Are you willing to shift with them? If they like this now, if they don't like this now, are you going to get mad and be like, well, you used to? That's used to. It's 20 years later. Now, let's do this. Are you willing to put in the elbow grease if your spouse done changed? Are you? Are you going to get mad? You going to be mad? What you going to do? Hey, Suntrey. Hey, everybody's watching. I'm talking about married. Ask your spouse. Today, what can I do for you? What can I do more of? Do like an assessment. Do you like it when I do this? Do you not like it when I do this? Do you want to try to eat over here? Like, make it about them. Yeah, it's a give and a take. It's sacrifice. So see what done changed and what can you do to keep up with the change. Everything in the world is changing. We don't use pay phones no more. We use cell phones. So you might have been calling your man on the pay phone. Now you call him on the cell phone. Y'all been married forever. What can we do to spice things up? What can we do? I'm willing to do whatever it takes to satisfy you, because the last thing I need you to be doing is be looking Becky with the long hair over there. We ain't doing Becky, period. I'm going to be Becky. So tell me what it is that I can do to grow with you. Apologize if you've done something wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. All your spouse needs for you to do is start paying a little. You see, yeah, you see what I'm saying? We ain't finna do Becky. All they need is for you to pay a little more attention to them. Because I learned from being the other woman. Now, somebody finna get mad, but I'm going to say it anyway. I learned from being the other woman. All they needed was a little attention, a little affection, somebody to listen to them, somebody to pretend like you care about what they're saying. I'm being funny because we do care what our husband's saying. But they need somebody to pay attention to what they're saying, to take what they're saying, not just hear them, but respond to the things that you hear them say. It's one thing for you to hear somebody and you react to it than for you to just hear like, oh, honey, that was good, but you ain't doing nothing about it. So you hear me and you're applying what I said. It makes them feel special. It makes them feel noticed. And that's how they winning over there on the cheat side, girl. They talking to them. And we ain't talking. I'm talking to my man. Some of us don't be talking to our man. And they having all these long, elaborate conversations with Becky with her long hair. But the devil is a lie. Start having conversations with your spouse. Hey, babe. I'm talking about not just generic. You trying to always pick. Because look, you ain't the first person. You ain't going to be the last person whose spouse done stepped out on them. Okay, let's just get that straight. Now, if you choose to stay, you don't need to be hell hacking people out their life about stuff that you said you don't forgave them about. Like, let's move on, okay? We're going to give you time to grieve. We're going to give you time to process this. But at some point, we need to move on. And we got to start from somewhere. You ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. We're going to make this last forever. So we got to regroup. We got to regroup. Regroup. Somebody say regroup. Regroup. So the best way to regroup is let's sit down and talk about it. What was Becky doing that you liked it? What was so interesting about Becky? Why did you like Becky? Find out. 9 times out of 10, the person has changed. They've grown. We've been so busy with life. We done got too comfortable with each other. We're not noticing the small things. All it takes is a small compliment, a small conversation, a small smile. Something real small will turn into something that will devastate your whole life. And all you had to do was regroup. That's it. Okay, we forgive. You got to be like Jesus. The Bible says, the word of God says, love covers a multitude of sin. Okay, if you forgave somebody, that means you're choosing to cover their sin with your love. Okay, and sometimes it's hard, but if you ain't going nowhere, and you know you ain't going nowhere, let's make this thing last forever. Let's regroup. Let's get back on track. Let's talk about it. Y'all ain't 3. If you can't talk about it, you need to get with somebody that will allow you to express how you feel. Say what you mean what you say. Leave it there, and let's move forward. You can move forward with anybody in any other relationship that done drug you. But if your spouse does something to hurt you, you 50 years down the road, you still holding on to that hurt. We got to learn how to release and let it go so that we can grow. I want to sit on the porch with David. I want 30 grandchildren to be running in my front yard. I want to make shepherd's pie. Hey, Miss Johanna. A shepherd's pie the size of the table to feed my grandchildren. I want to be happy. So if I want to be happy, I have to make sure I'm creating an atmosphere that's conducive for happiness. And my bishop said one time, sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. No, we're not faking it till we make it. I'm going to be happy for real. You're going to be happy for real because you're going to do what you need to do, whatever it takes to get back in alignment with your spouse, because this is the person that you took vows with. This is the person that you love. This is the person that you already know. If you see your teddy bear on the side of the road and Shaniqua done went and got your teddy bear, you gonna go to jail. Okay? Let's just get that. We ain't fattening no frogs for no snakes over here. We ain't doing it. So what you best to do is go get your teddy bear and your frog. Hello, somebody. And dust it off and let's get back over here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Cause we ain't doing this. It's 2023. And I'm telling y'all, ladies, listen. When I was single, baby, it wasn't nobody out here trying to mingle. I mean, it's a hot mess out here in the single world. So, you best to deal with your frog and your teddy bear. Because at least you know your frog and your teddy bear. You know their habits. You know everything about it. Now, you get you a new frog and a new teddy bear. You got to go through all this stuff all over again. You got to break them in. You got to do all this stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that. No. I'm about to be 50. And you 50. So, what we going to do is, okay, I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. We gonna work on it until it look right. And working on it does not mean that it's fixed in one day, in 1 hour, in one session. Because it didn't get towed down in 1 day, in 1 hour, in one session. Okay? You got to know who you laboring amongst. You got to know your spouse. And if you have lost him or her along the way, it's your responsibility to go find them. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Because you ain't going nowhere, so where you at? You can be mad in the other room because you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Ain't nowhere in the world. I'm finna restart. Nothing over. I ain't got no issue with David. That's my boo. He pretty good. But I'm just talking about what I'm talking about on today, because I've been there, done that. And done wrote a book about it, okay? So, get back in alignment with your spouse. That's all you got to do. Check back in. Start over. Rewrite it. This your story. This your page. This your chapter. This your book. This your pen. And we're going to write it accordingly. Not the way that you want to write it. We're going to sit down and write the most beautiful love story together. Include him in the love story. Include her in the love story. Stop wasting your time and your energy on other people that do not mean nothing. Because if you died right now, this would be funny. I'm still going to get all the insurance money because I'm your wife. Hello? Becky with the long hair ain't getting nothing. I still win. It's a covenant. God honors marriage. God honors this covenant, whether Becky or Stevie do or not. God still honor it, and the insurance company do too. So, I popped my tongue. I'm sorry. With that being said, we are not in the business in 2023 going over to 2024 fed no frogs for nobody's snake. Go get your frog from the snake. And you and your frog and your teddy bear, sit down and let's get it together. Because I got insurance policies on you. You mine. You my headache. And I love you. And we're going to make it last forever and ever. And to make it last forever, it just takes some work, y'all. It just do. It do. It takes sacrifice. It's almost like the crucifixion when Christ stretched his arms out and he said, not my will, but your will be done. That's what marriage looks like. Not my will, but your will be done. I don't feel like going, but not my will, your will be gone. I don't feel like doing this, not my will, but your will be done. I don't feel like having sex with you, not my will, but your will be done. It's sacrifice. I have never, ever told my husband no about nothing. Because my body is your body. My body don't belong to you. My headache, I don't care. I'll go take a BC powder. But I don't leave purposely. Nobody. We not doing this stuff on purpose because a lot of us, nobody showed us how to do this stuff. So we just winging it. Okay? But now we don't have to wing it because there's books. There's YouTube. There's Google. There's all kind of resources to help you to develop as a wife and as a husband. Nobody has an excuse. And ain't none of us on this line 3. You need to use your words. I don't like it when you do that. I like it when you do that. I like it more please, less please. Come on. Let's be grown about it. It is what it is. So I hope you be encouraged. Share this with your girlfriend. Or share this with your guy friend that may be going through something and trying to throw they teddy bear or they frog on the trash pile for Becky. And tell them, go get your frog. Go get it. Go get it now. Because I'm here to tell you, look at me. I tried to date. I went to the Christian app. That ain't what you want. It's best for you to go work with what you got than to go and get something else that's a worse thing. Because things could be worse. If they're not trying to kill you and your children, they ain't abusive, then anything else is forgivable and it's workable. What happens when your spouse is not willing to change or just for you? If they're not trying to kill you, if they're not trying to kill your children, you just got to pray, and you got to be the change that you're trying to see. And you got to focus on you, because that still isn't grounds for us to throw them on the trash pile. I was married once before, this is my third marriage, to a very stubborn person that didn't want to change. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. But it still didn't give me the right to go have an affair, which I did. But that still didn't give me the right. Because people will adjust and change for who they want to change for. Look at David. Who would have thought in a million years the gold-toothed bandit would be over here reading Bible scriptures on Sunday? Nobody. Nobody. Take it to God. Ain't nothing too hard for God. Tell God about it and leave it alone. And you work on you. Leave it alone. That's some of our problem, is we be aggravating people. Go sit down and leave them alone. But we want them to change. We do. We want them to change. We want them to adjust. But if they don't, you still do the changing and you still do the adjusting, because God looking at you too in the situation, how you respond. Yes, they change for who they want to change for, and they adjust for who they want to adjust for. Now, until they want to change, I'm here to tell you, until the change, do not put your frog or your teddy bear on the trash pile. Baby, don't you do it. It is not easy out here trying to be single and dating people. These people is weird. They ain't got no morals, some of them. And all they want is to hit it and quit it. So pray and ask God to help you, give you a strategic plan, being that he created the person. He know more about them than you do. He do. Give people to God and move on and let it go. Find what happens when the life is being drained from you. If they ain't killing you, if they're not killing your children, there still isn't I know you ain't saying divorce, but if the life is being drained from you, you need to stop focusing on them. I read a book and it helped me. It says it takes one to tango. And in the book, it gave me strategies of how to focus on LaShonda. Because focusing on trying to make something work that I felt like wouldn't work, it was draining. And it was draining the life out of me. And even though I read the book, I didn't apply what I read, because I still was over there tilly-tallying over there trying to be Bob the Builder, when I should have been building on me. I should have been focusing on me. I should have been focusing on my life, what ain't right with me, because I went 100%. Even though, you know what I'm saying, you've been in a situation where you be really thinking you 100%, but you really ain't 100%. You still got issues. So when that happens, you need to release whatever control that you're trying to have in that person's life and give them to God and let it be. Just let it be. But until they can come to part, if God himself ain't came from the throne room, which he not, and said, depart from your frog, you worker of iniquity. Pray and ask God. The Bible tells us that we have to be long suffering, and sometimes we have to suffer long. But in the end, it will be worth your while. I believe that in certain situations, if I hadn't gave my frog up for the snake, it could have evolved into something, but I got impatient. You see what I'm saying? What happens when you're tired of suffering? If they're trying to kill you and your children, then you need to let it go. If it's physically harm, then you gotta let it go. If not, you're gonna have to be like the Mount Olives and go up there and regain your strength. And if you just tired and you really let it go, everybody got their free will. You can do what you want to do. You can let it go. But I'm out here to tell you that Jody on baby boy, Jody on baby boy now, he backing up to be, because people I learned this from being in an affair. People will give you the best versions of themselves. They'll give you the best version of themselves in while they being Jody. But when you leave your frog and your teddy bear, the real them will, the mask will come off. And you be like, I should have stayed over there with my dusty frog and my dusty teddy bear. Because this Ninja Turtle is crazy. And I couldn't see all the crazy because all I was focusing on was the negative things that I felt like my teddy bear and my frog was doing. Because they do stuff. They do the most. And so do you. But that don't give none of us an excuse to be in the closet to my one leg up, one leg. No, put your leg down, get on your knees and pray. Because I'm telling you, Jody is lying to you. If you go sit down and talk to Jody last 3 relationships they was in prior to you, especially if you sneaking and creaking. Yes, now the Ninja Turtle. I bet you will find out more about Jody than you think. Okay? If somebody that's sleeping, cheating with your spouse, if they came and talked to you, you could tell them more about your spouse than what they think they know. See, they just getting the best version because they sneaking and creeping. And that's exciting. That, ooh, we having an affair. Ooh, my wife doesn't know. Ooh, the sex so good. Okay. If I relinquish my rights to you and give you this frog and this teddy bear, I promise you, you're going to be writing me, Dear Becky with the long hair, I am so sorry that Jody left and came to stay with me. I didn't know that Jody was crazier than a bed bug. When all you got to do is regroup. Some people, especially men, y'all, and I ain't trying to give nobody no excuse, but our black men go through a lot. Okay? They go through a lot mentally. They don't know how to express themselves, some of them, the way that they should. But if you would take Jody, to get Jody some help, if they were willing to get some help, then you will see a better version of Jody if you put in the time to help Jody. But we done got tired. I'm tired of you, Jody. I'm tired of you, Jody. But maybe Jody needs some help. Maybe Jody ain't bending to the rules and helping and doing what he need to do because it's a pattern. It's a curse. There's something blocking the reception of this information that's been presented to you. They need help. Just like you need help. Yes, black men, they be trying. For real, some of them really be trying. And they think they give you the best version of them when they be trying. You be thinking to yourself, Lord, have mercy. There's something bad wrong with him. He's just slow. No, he need help. He need help. He need to be able to get out what he trying to say. And then maybe somebody need to interpret to you what they was trying to say, what he was trying to say with his bad action. They just need help. No excuses for bad behaviors. No excuses. But I'm telling you, from being a black mom, being a black woman, having a black dad, and having black brothers, men need help. They're not expressive and colorful as us. But we can tell you everything we want. And be done with it. Because we read, we do all this self-help. We go to workshops, we go to conferences, we go to retreats. But very seldomly you see men doing the things that women do. So they behind times a little bit. So Shantae, if you still on here, for that woman that may be going through those questions you're asking, tell her to be patient, to seek help together with her spouse. And if you done did all you can do is say, what you gonna do when your back's against the wall? I'm still telling you. Do not throw your frog and your teddy bear on the trash pile. Because everything that they're not doing for you, they will get with Becky with the long hair. And you done groomed them. So you done carve this perfect man. And they'll go over there and be the perfect man with Becky. No, you're going to be the perfect man over here. Because I got elbow grease in this. I got neology in this. I got tears, sweat, equity in you. Hello? You ain't going nowhere. I'll be darned if you're going to be happy over there with Becky. When I'm the one that done bore you 13 children, cooking. No, we finna go sit down somewhere by the bank of the river or something. And we finna get this together. And getting it together sometimes it's messy. It's messy. But whatever it is, we finna get this together. Because we're gonna make it last forever. Forever. You think grandma and them been married for 62 years? Granddaddy's back in the day was hoes. They was 17 children over there with somebody else kind of thing. So just imagine the hurt that our grandparents had to go through while they over there. That's why they were cutting them collard greens up so finely and picking peas and all that. Baby, that was therapy. Them men was dragging them. Sleeping with their sisters. Just mess. Ooh, it was just a mess. Amen. You needed 3 years ago. Me too. But they put in the time and they had forgiving hearts. You got to be able to forgive on both ends. People got to be able to forgive so we can move on. Because ain't nobody trying to get now another man. I'm not doing it. No. We finna work this out. Yes, times have changed. So much time has changed. People have changed. That's why now you can take Jody to therapy. Now you can drop Jody off over there with Pastor Num to the men group or something, so that they can learn life skills. There's a lot of men I just they know how to work. Some of them, the older ones, they know how to work. They know how to take care of their families, but they don't know how to be in relationship. That's why they sleep with everybody. That's why they can't talk, because they don't have the life skills that they need, or the communication skills that they need to coexist. And things are changing. Things are changing. People are changing. So, I hope I ain't bored y'all today. Times have changed. So, I think that is more help for everybody. If you're not happy, Jesus didn't say in the covenant when we was getting married, for happiness or sadness. He said for better or worse, to death do us part. And I wish I would have stood in that I got now. My husband calling me and I gotta go. Love y'all.